Give me a second, guys. Give me a second, guys, because I had dropped everything, okay? I see my girl is in the house, Marcella. How are you doing, Marcella? Let me load the music down because I was on the other day. And I mean, the music was blasting. Hey guys, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. How are you doing? I see my girl speak with your girl, Marcella says, good morning. Yes, guys, grand rising, grand rising. How are you guys doing? As you can see right here, it's no script, just us kicking it. Let's talk, okay? So if you got a topic, anything that you want to go ahead and talk about, ask me anything. If I can answer, trust me, I will. And if I can't, I'll get back with you. Marcella says, great. Yes, yes. So let me see if she want to come up a little while just to say hi, or just want to go ahead and stay in the comments. Let me see if I still know how to do it, guys, because I haven't did this in a while. I see that Love and Marriage in Huntsville is coming back, and I am so excited. I'm glad, because guys, I've been calling this from day one when it comes to Love and Marriage in Huntsville. The show wasn't gonna stop. One monkey just don't stop no show. They thought that, just because when it comes to Melody, that's the end of the show. They thought, but they thought that's all they did. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about variety of stuff, not just stick on one topic. I get bored very fast. So let me go ahead and let my girl up. Speak with your girl,
Are
Marcella.
you?
Long time, long time. How are you
Yes,
doing?
I'm outside.
You outside touching
I'm
grass, huh?
outside. I just came to Yard House to get me some lunch, me and my husband. But what I wanted to ask you is what is happening in our world? Is it spiritual? Is
Yeah.
is it spiritual and when does it end? Because it's getting horrible.
Well, it got to get worse in order for it to get better. And I know you heard that before, anything, that what we seeing right now, count it, just don't look at it as strange. We already know that that time was going to come. Okay. So
Right.
what you seeing right now is that it got to get worse, just like when you see your enemies. In order for you to see your enemies, you got to start cutting grass, right? If you had that grass high, would you be able to see the snakes in the grass? No,
No.
right? So what you're seeing right now, God is doing the sifting. And what the sifting is that he's cutting grass where he's going to separate the sheep from the goats. You see what I'm saying? The wheat from the tare.
Right.
So now what you're seeing right now, what we are in is what I call a spiritual warfare. But we don't
Yeah.
have to do anything. All we have to do is just sit on the wall, pop out popcorns, and just watch. You see?
Yeah,
Because
it's so much racism here. It's a lot of racism going on here, and it used to be where they separate people from the levels of living that you live, but you're
Mhm.
starting to see the real races come out that feel like you shouldn't be where they are, you know?
Yeah, but
And
that's been here. Racism been from the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Racism is not going nowhere. It's just that we have to know who we are. You see what I'm saying?
right,
First of all, they the one went ahead. And when I say they, I'm talking about the system. Like I say, when it comes to all this right here, it's just about power and control. We're not fighting against flesh and blood. This has nothing to do with flesh and blood. So when it
right,
is about race, they started race because they wanted war between each other. But at one time, we was one love, one mind, one thought, everything. Hey, Island girl, she said, hey, here. But in the background, I'm bushing, but listening. Thank you. And make sure you go ahead and check out my girl. Speak with your girl, Marcella. Yes. So speak with your girl, Marcella. Is you still there?
yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
So what's going on, girl? What's going on with love and marriage in Huntsville? Because you know I predicted all that stuff that was going on. I see where I can't see you no more. What's going on? I can't see your
Oh,
face,
I'm in
your
the
beautiful
park.
face.
I'm in the
Oh,
park.
okay,
I'm
okay,
in. What is going on is that they're coming back on. They were always coming back on, and
absolutely,
Carlos decided that he was going to get rid of the negativity, at least some of the
absolutely.
negativity, and give the other person on the show time to move on. And there's a lot of new things that I don't want to tell until he brings it out, where
Hmm.
when you think you're going after Carlos King and Kingdom Reign, it's not going to be them. It's a higher power have stepped in for him, and all these he's in lawsuits right now. Matter of fact, me and him are defendants in a lawsuit, and it's just ridiculous. And it's all boils down. It's about love and marriage, Huntsville. But like I said, I got the three L's. I got the Lord, I got the lawyers, and I got the loot. And so this is just crazy that you have to protect yourself for a TV show.
Absolutely. But you remember when I had already had foreseen all that, I was talking about there were going to be a surge of lawsuits. You remember when I talked about
Yeah,
that, right? See,
yeah.
they be thinking when I be coming on that I just be talking, but like I said, I saw this. And I also had told you guys, I saw where Melody had came on and saying that, calling out each person names that was going to be a part of the witnesses. That's tampering with witnesses right there. You don't do nothing like that. You don't come on your live and call out names that's a part of the lawsuit, which I saw that she did. But she also had said that, I'm gonna be there. She'll lie. I already told you that. She might be there for maybe one or two just to go ahead and save face because she thought that, all this stuff was not gonna come to an end. She helped fan that fire, and
Well, I
now
think
all of a
she
sudden,
didn't count on. I think that some of the defendants they can't fight back legally because they don't
no,
have the
don't have the
money.
money.
But
Absolutely.
but the ones that do have the money, and they just forget that it's going to be a countersuit. So they
Mhm.
don't think about that. They don't think about the thousands of
Absolutely.
dollars that I'm spending that I'm not going to ask for it back. But she's not on this lawsuit. This is somebody who affiliates themselves with her. Like I said, this is a subscriber, and my lawyer has been kicking in the door. So
Mhm.
I trust in God. I do believe, like my lawyer said, this is all going to be dismissed, but we still got to keep fighting.
Oh, so it's several lawsuits. I thought she was on one of them. I
She's
saw
on
where
one of
it's.
them with a content creator,
Oh, okay. So you
And
separate from the content
now I'm
creator.
in another lawsuit that has,
Oh, okay. Because I haven't been following it.
yeah, that I'm on with several content creators, Tay Talk, uppity. All these people are on this lawsuit. It's like I think 18 of us. AT&T own TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. They're all on this lawsuit with me. And like I said, the mistake I think they made is they put too many corporate people with me, so my lawyer don't have to do but minimum, because OWN is showing that this is frivolous and crazy and things that weren't done, and they're not producing evidence. They're making accusations without producing evidence at all. There is no evidence. There's no evidence that I said the person was a fake lawyer, so she doesn't have any grounds to stand on. Come here. The trash is over there on the corner.
Hey, country
Eh,
girl, she said, Grand Rise and Unapologetic Real Talk, Marcella, and the chat at work, but I am
Yeah, but
listening.
I
Thank you.
believe in God. I really believe
Absolutely. So
that
what they
God
got you for? What they got you for? I thought you was all of it
because
was combined in one with the content creator and what Melody was calling out. That's what I thought
no,
that
that ain't
lawsuit
got
right
nothing.
there.
That has nothing
Oh,
to do
that's
with my
different.
lawsuit. My like I said, my lawsuit has 14 defendants, and and the only thing she's accusing me of, like when she sent me a cease and desist, my lawyer contacted her twice, and she said she's suing me because my lawyer harassed her. She's suing me because she said I said she was a fake attorney, which somebody did say that on my page, but I never said it. And so
Mhm.
I've sent all my evidence to the state of Missouri, to the judge, because right now it's not even in a courthouse. They're just getting all the answers and the motions in order. And like I had to hire a lawyer here in Virginia who has hired me a lawyer in Missouri.
Oh wow.
So that's costing me thousands of dollars, and they seem to think that I'm not going to ask for my money back
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know I would.
because this
I
is
hope.
about a TV show. It all boils down to Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Mhm.
How you
So
doing?
why you think when it came to this particular
Movie theater
reality
here?
show.
No, this is the Sandler Theater. So it's not here. The movie theater, you have to get in your car and drive up a little further, and that's the movie theater. No, it's not walking distance. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't want to walk in that hot sun.
So Marcella,
Hmm.
hey, simply Susan, how are you doing? So why you think when it came
You're
to
welcome.
this particular Marcella,
Yes.
why do you think when it came to this particular reality show that people were so invested where now you're seeing a surge of lawsuits?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you this, and then I'm going to answer your question. I had a content creator up here who tried to put a spell on me. She came
Wow.
online and she was telling Satan to grab my soul, to
Wow.
affect my children. And I got on my live and I rebuked that devil. And what I think is a lot of
Amen.
witchcraft, and when everybody gravitated to this one person, anybody who spoke negatively about her, this is who they went after. And so it all boils down to her, but she doesn't have her fingerprints on this at all. Not
Wow.
at all.
So
They
she's
even
not
got,
into none of the lawsuits.
she's not into the lawsuit with us.
Hmm.
The ones that they're suing is Carlos King mistreated her, all this kind of stuff. And that's what it all boils down to. So I promise you, I don't lose any sleep over this. And I just do what I got to do. And I don't report it on my page. But if y'all go watch Tay Talk, she reports every motion file, everything file. And this has been going on since 2023.
Wow.
2023. But like I said, honestly, with all this stuff happening in the real world and on this internet, it's just like you get a lot of people in here that's not sane. They're not
Hmm.
sane. And then I know a lot of people like to pick fights with me because they feel that I'm a big content creator, which I'm not.
Hmm.
A big content creator, and they get a little bit of clout when they think they gonna fuss at me. And sometimes, I choose my battles. Some people I just feel you ain't worth saying nothing to, and some people I'll answer back. And but I get tired of coming on the internet when it's supposed to be entertaining, and
Hmm.
then I'm it frustrates me when I get off that it will cause me to say things I shouldn't say. So
Mhm.
it's gonna be all right. Love and Marriage Huntsville's coming back, and it's gonna be good, y'all. Miss Wanda is back.
I prophesied that.
Miss Wanda back, and y'all gonna be seeing more couples and more of their lives of what they're doing now.
Uh-huh.
It's some drama. Come on, it's
I
some drama. Come
prophesied
on,
that,
young
guys.
lady. It's some drama, and we're gonna enjoy the drama, but it's gonna be good drama, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Marcel is still funny as ever. And
Absolutely. And I'm
so
so glad you and Miss Wanda is back together, right?
yeah,
I am
we
so glad.
I
You
just
know I wanted to see y'all two together. You know that. I didn't want
yeah,
to
but
see
I
y'all
needed a
fight against
little
each other.
time because, like
Yes.
I said, a lot of people don't know, me and Miss Wanda went on vacations together. We did a lot of things together, so we know each other. I stayed in her,
Yes.
she stayed in my house, and then when you talking to another blogger and you don't realize that they're trying to gather information about me, and you just give them a little,
Mhm.
it puts it out of whack because then this person think they can use something against you.
Absolutely.
And so now we talked, and we let each other know we missed each other, and we talked about the issue, and I can tell you it would never happen again.
Look at God. Look at God. My girls say, "Look at God."
And we
I
talk
knew they
about our
wasn't gonna
first.
come between Miss Wanda and Marcella, honey. They
Yeah,
was
we
thick as
talk about our
thieves,
personal
honey.
lives, but it's with us, between us,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
we
Look
wouldn't
at
go
God.
nowhere else. Because I love her, like my husband
Yeah.
love her. My husband said, "Oh my God, let me pray about this. This is hard."
Yes. So you think we might see you and Miss Wanda going out, on the town on Love and Marriage in Huntsville?
Oh,
If not,
I don't
I
know
think
about that because
we
I'm
might
gonna
see
tell
y'all
you,
doing some little
I
cooking
was
together.
flying there. I was flying there, but these planes are falling out the sky.
Don't worry about that. God got you,
Thank
honey.
you. I
Trust me.
appreciate you. Thank you. I just got my food from Yard House. I got in a car accident a month ago. Somebody ran into my Escalade and
Oh wow,
hit the
sorry to
gas
hear that.
line, and I could smell gas, and I jumped out the car and I said, God, thank you. And it just makes you reevaluate God more when you say, gosh, that my truck could have blown up and I could have been in it.
Absolutely. That's why we don't have time for foolishness.
Right. And that's why I have dedicated and said, no more foolishness with me.
That's
I'm
it.
just going to say what I need to say, stomp them out, and move on.
That's how I am. That's how I am. I like to stay in my little cone, in my little lane. I say what I have to say, and it's it. I bounce after that. But it was just becoming too toxic.
Yeah.
Especially you letting people thinking that they were friends, and then they listening to your conversation and going back and running and trying to start all kind of confusion. I ain't got time for that beef. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I said,
Right.
I have passed from death to life. I ain't got time for that beef. If I said it, I said it, and
Right.
it's just and that's it. But trying to stir up some beef just because you ain't nothing but a freaking what I call that a bottom feeder. You trying to sit there a squirrel trying to go ahead and get a nut. So what you doing is you trying to sit there and put fuel to the fire. And that's why I said there and said
Right.
when it came to you, Miss Marcella, I would have never gave them no fuel to run with because they trying to get what you got. If you right now shut down your computer, you still gonna survive. You still
Right.
gonna have food on your table. Your bill's still gonna be paid. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
But they just hustlers. So quite obvious they gonna put fuel to the fire because like I said, they ain't nothing but a bottom feeder. That's all they are.
Well, I've been cooking more, and the food ain't all that good, but my husband, he don't mind telling me that's nasty.
Well, I want to sit there. I want to see a cooking show with you and Miss Wanda. I want to
All
see
right.
you. I want to see a scene where Miss Wanda is coming to your house and you pulling out that cane of cabbage,
Yeah, I think Miss
that cane of
Wanda know.
cabbage, and Miss Wanda took that cane of cabbage and she sat there and threw it in the trash, and she made you guys a full course meal. That's exactly what
Yeah.
I wants to
Well, I
see.
tell you, we can't make liver no more. She can cook the liver, but I can't.
Oh, I love liver. I love it.
I love it too, but I didn't know it bled that much.
It's the liver. Where you think the blood is coming from the liver? You see, well,
I
from the
never
heart, but
seen it
the
being
liver.
made until Miss Wanda got here.
That's what liver is nothing but a big old huge blood clot. If you want to be,
Oh,
you see what I'm saying? Liver is nothing but one big old huge blood clot. That's all it is. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's why a person cannot survive without it, without the
yeah.
liver. But it's a way that, pat it dry. Once you pat it dry, then put a little sprinkle of flour on it. And, I don't like a lot of water in mine. I saw where when it came to what's her name? Miss Wanda, she put a lot of water. I just put a little tad bit of water, but I put a lot of onions and let it cook on its own. That's how I do mine.
But she
I would love to
cleans
do a cook show.
everything.
Hmm.
She cleans everything.
Yeah, I love
I love
calf
that.
liver.
I tried to make some spaghetti for my husband, and I had cleaned the ground beef.
Uh-huh.
And he told me, "You don't watch
You
all."
can't make spaghetti. You can't make spaghettis either, Marcella.
I learned now, but
Oh my
when I
God.
was watching the ground beef, it was like white. After I finished watching,
You
I
don't
soaked it
wash
in.
the ground meat. You don't
I
wash
didn't
the
know that
ground
at
beef.
first. I didn't know that at first.
Oh my God. You don't wash the ground beef, Marcella.
I didn't know that. I know now. I know now.
Ah. So if you was washing the ground beef, then you probably had just a handful of to fry it with, right?
No, I put it in a colander and just
Okay.
kept rinsing it and soaked it.
They laughing
And
at you. They laughing at
and
you.
then my husband said, "What kind of meat is this?" I said, "It's hamburger." He said, "What did you do to it?" I said, "I washed it and soaked it in the colander.
Wow. Well,
Put it in the colander and put it in the sink with salt water."
we need to do a cooking show. Instead of us coming on, we need to all sit there and scream up, get in our kitchen and cook us a meal. That's what we need to do. We need to come up with
Yeah.
something like that. We had say we was going to do it. Then all of a sudden, we just, put it to the back burner and that's it. But
But
we
I'm
need
gonna
to
be
do that.
watching you. I'm going to get on this highway,
All
so
right.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be. All right.
Okay. Thank you for stopping
Thank
by.
you for
Okay.
inviting me up.
Anytime.
I'm gonna
Anytime.
listen. I'm gonna listen.
Okay, speak with your girl, Marcella. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down here, Marcella, and drive safe. Yes, speak with your girl, Marcella. Like I said there, say who would have known that Marcella was gonna come in? This is right here what I call no script, just us. Let's talk. My girl, country girl, Queena is in the house. Island girl is in the house. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming in to unapologetic real talk. This is kind of early for me, but hey, it's all good. I'm thinking about going out there and touch some grass, go and visit my in-laws and stuff like that. But yeah, I love to talk about different topics, different things. I just don't like sticking in the box. I'm going to go ahead and do Love and Marriage in Huntsville, give my honest review if it's something that, I like, which I'm so glad you guys know. I already had talked about all the stuff that was going on. I mean, when it came to these content creators, it's like they took it to an all-time low, just fighting for one person, trying to lift one person up. And the good thing about it is that I called it out. I called it out. You guys go and watch all my lives that I went ahead and did. I called it out. I told you exactly what's going to happen from the beginning all the way to the end. I told you guys nothing was good going to come out of this because when you are trying to lift one person up, ain't nothing good gonna come out. That sooner or later, the same ones that watching you go up that ladder is the same ones that's gonna go ahead and shake your butt off it. I even put it on my community tab. Go and look for it. I said I saw uh, uh, a surge of lawsuits, and now what you're seeing. Now what you're seeing, and the thing about it is that these people they was trauma binding off of this particular show and not just this particular show off of one person, and that's why I said the house was gonna come falling down, but not just the house. What happened was they went ahead and moved the weakest link out, and that's exactly how I see it. So guys, all this right here is no script, just us. Let's talk. So if you have anything that you want to go ahead and talk about, feel free, but I am so glad when it came to Miss Wanda and also Marcella, that they are back together. These are thick and thieves. These two, they are good together. They broke bread together. They did a lot of good things. So it does not make no sense for letting the outsiders to come in between them, because we already know most of them, they are in that clique, because I had said it way before and I had talked about it when Miss Wanda came on my platform, that they look at Miss Wanda as a celebrity. So quite obvious, these people was going to go ahead and gravitate when it came to Miss Wanda. But when Miss Wanda and Marcella together, like I said, these two, they were really friends. And I'm so glad to see that those two are back together. But I would love to see a cooking show. I think that if Miss Wanda back on, invite all of us, to go ahead, and even if we have to be behind our screen, and do a live inside our kitchen, and use show enough Miss Wanda season, which I have her season. So make sure you go ahead and check out show enough Miss Wanda season. I need to go ahead and order some more, because she did tell me that she's going to put a apron in there, so I would love to go ahead and get that as well. So, guys, again, come on and hit the like button. Make sure you share this live. Please share this live if you feel that you are getting informative information, or like I said, I'm not really an entertainer. I look at this of as my ministry. But if you feel that you are getting some type of information, that when it comes to this channel right here, go and share, because I saw a lot of stuff yesterday. I mean, not just yesterday, a lot of clickbaiting and a lot of people, just coming on and just making up all types of stuff, and just, they channel just blowing. But I'm the type of person that I have to stand on my truth. I have to sleep at night. I cannot just come on and say, oh, I want some clicks and likes, which I do want clicks and likes, but I'm not going to sell my soul for it. Like I said, what you see is what you get. So that's why I came on and I said, no script, it's just us. Let's talk. So if anything that you want to go ahead and talk about, feel free, ask me anything, if I can't answer it, if I tell you, mind your daggone business, mind your daggone business. But if I feel like I can answer your question, and if I can't, I'll get back with you, because like I said there and say, without you guys, it won't be me. Okay. I just can't do it by myself, which I do know that when it comes to the Most High God, one thing that I know, that He would never leave me or forsake me. If He called me on this platform, He's going to see me through. Okay. So that's exactly how I look at it. So, guys, if you got anything that you want to go ahead and talk about, feel free. Like I said, in here are grown folks. We are 18 and older, no babies. We ain't got time to sit there and pacify anyone. And I'm not going to sit there and be some kind of minstrel show, stand on my head just for you guys to like me. It is what it is. And that's how I see it. Okay. Some people, they don't want to hear the truth. Some people, they like the ears to be tickled. Okay. So let me go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer. It's under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. So again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. So I'm going to see how long I am going to be on, but I also have made a little short. I don't feel like pulling it up. I'm gonna just stay just like it is. I don't feel like pulling anything up because I'm about to leave and go outside. It's very, very beautiful out there. But and then I went and purchased me another car. So I'm going out there and I'm finna go and get on the highway. Okay. But I made a little small short, guys, when it came to I saw some breaking news that came up and with R. Kelly, which I did it in an AI. And I love dealing with the AI because, like I say, we are now in what I call the age of information, guys. And when it comes to my editing, I want you guys to grade my editing because, believe it or not, I took a still picture and I made R. Kelly come alive. All the time when you sit there and you see, not all the time, but you can be able to tell that I take still pictures and I know how to make it come alive. Just like I could take a still picture of me, just just like this, just a still picture, but I know how to make it look like, oh, I'm talking and everything else. So also I would like to do some classes of showing you guys how to edit, and also, how to make AI, because this is the future. Whether we read or not, AI is the future. We are now in what I call the age of information. It's there. It's nothing that we can do, but we can either make it either spoken of, or we can do it to sit there and benefit us. Okay, that's exactly how I see it. So I see my girl, country girl, say I'll catch the replay later. Thank you for coming in, country girl. Thank you very much. But yeah, I went ahead and I did a little small short. I saw some breaking news when it came to R. Kelly. Man, God, it is hot in here. Ooh, I guess it's because of all the lights that I have. I need to do my background. I want to go because I took a room. I'm empty nesting. The kids are out, and I took one of the bedrooms and I made a little studio, and I got lights all in here. I'm thinking about doing my back wall. And I've been asking my husband to do it, because like I say, this is the type of work that he do. So I like it just like this. Some other stuff that I went on Amazon and I picked where I don't have to be behind a green screen, that is going to be just like this. So I need to go ahead and fix this room up. I already done painted and everything. Only thing that I need is to go ahead and fix my back wall. But yes, getting back to R. Kelly, let me see if I can go ahead and pull it up. If I can find my glasses. I don't see my glasses. Oh my God, I must have left my glasses. Oh, okay. Let me see. These broke, but I use these right here. But yeah, I saw breaking news when it came to R. Kelly. And guys, I'm just freestyling. I'm just talking about any and everything. If you have anything that you want to go ahead and talk about, feel free. Feel free to talk about it, okay? But I saw where they are trying to get R. Kelly to house arrest. But I don't I I had said, I think it was like maybe about last week, I said that if when it comes to Sean Combs, if he have a mistrial, then it's going to go ahead and reopen R. Kelly case. I already had said that, because they are getting Sean Combs for something that's similar of what they did to R. Kelly. And some people said, they say, "Oh, Lady D, you don't even know what I'm talking. You talking about? If you're attorney, you don't know what you're talking about either. You looking from the inside, the outside, just like I am. It's that people think, oh, just because I really don't talk about entertainment, these entertainers, that I don't know what I'm talking about. I know the law, and if I don't know it, then all I have to do is go and chat GPT and get all the information that I need. Okay, the information is already out there. But to get back to what I was saying is that when it came to R. Kelly, now that he is trying to see if he can go ahead and get a house arrest, because he felt like he been done wrong. But the reason why I think that, and this is just my opinion, that they are trying to reopen the case, because just by R. Kelly been sitting in prison. I can't remember how long it was, but I think it's a couple of years, maybe way over 4 or 5 years that he's been in prison. But he has made billions, yes, billions of dollars right there in prison. And good and well, these big dogs, these greedy vultures, they want some of that money. They want some of that money. This man, I'm finna give you right now the breakdown, what they said, and I'm gonna say allegedly, that his attorneys, bookkeepers went ahead and found out all this money, and they want to know, where is all that money? Where is all that money? Who's getting that money? What bank is this just sitting at? And like I said, he had all these lawsuits. Women came from out of the woodwork and they filed lawsuits on him, but you can't get nothing if the man is in prison. So these lawyers are coming out by the woodworks, and you seeing that they are trying to get R. Kelly out, where even they trying to see if they can get uh, uh, the president to pardon him. And you all know when I talked about when it came to Donald Trump, um, what you see when it comes to Donald Trump, and a lot of people they can't understand, how someone that had 34 or 36 felons now, he have one of the highest positions in the United States. The man is a president. And I had said, maybe what the devil meant for bad, that the Most High God, he can turn it around for good, because now he knows exactly how it feels being into the system, even though, he came out without even a cinch, not even smelling like smoke. He didn't even went behind a jail cell. He went in and came out. But also he knows about the justice system and how, it's, how they play. This is nothing but a game to these people. When it comes to America, America is nothing but a business. Okay? Absolutely. And one thing that we know, God does not make mistakes. And I always tell you guys all the time, I said, what the devil meant for bad, God gonna turn it around for your good. So now when it comes to the justice system, this man was already in there. And I'm talking about Donald Trump. So that's why, he's able to pardon so many people, because, hey, he know it sucks. He knows it rigs. He knows that, they don't play fair at all. When America ever played fair? Oops, my God, saying that they're going to throw me back into the boondocks because they don't want to hear the truth. You see, when you start speaking the truth, nobody don't want to hear it. Everybody wants their ears to be tickled. Everybody wants to hear a lie. I'm sitting there, I'm watching these bloggers fighting with each other at the outside of the court with the Sean Combs trial, fighting, acting up, acting like some vultures. I mean, coming on and spewing all the lies and, just making up stuff. I wish they would have just went ahead and televised that. But getting back to what I was saying is that they know that they want a piece of that money. They want that money. Them lawyers, they not worrying about no R. Kelly. They're not worrying about him at all. They looking at the money. It's all about power. How many times I've been telling you guys, we fight not against flesh and blood. We fight not against flesh and blood, but against power, against principalities, rulers in high places. That's what we're fighting against. It's all about money. This entire country is all about money. If you got money, you can make anything go away. Now I'm hearing that they said that one of the attorneys, and I'm going to go ahead and break it down, went ahead and hired a bookkeeper, someone to tally up all the money that is due to R. Kelly, just sitting out of nowhere. So let me see if I'm going to go ahead and put alleged, because like I said, I don't know anything. We all turn two different lanes. Okay. I just can talk about everything. Okay. I don't just stay in a box, but let me see if I can go ahead and put this up right quick. Let me go ahead and put this disclaimer up right quick, because I don't know these people. Okay. So let me see if I can, well, I'm gonna just sit there and say all this right here to me is alleged, because I was trying to find that little clip. I know I had something that I had can't find it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say all this right here is alleged. Okay, guys. And also, if you feel led, you want to go ahead and hit Cash App. You are not obligated, but you are welcome to do it. Hey, as you can see when it comes to my little channel, but that's all right. It makes a huge impact because they can't stand it. That's why they want to push me away in the boondocks. But this right here, I had saw where they was talking about it. It's in a little group thing that I'm in when it comes to all of R. Kelly information. But they were saying that when it comes to how much of the residuals of what they owe R. Kelly, they said they're say off of just 8 albums, his singles, and also with Michael Jackson, songs, they said that they had generated, listen to what they said. Now, all this right here, I got all this alleged, but this is how much they say, and that's just half of it. That's only half of it. But so far, they said that they went ahead and they tally up all the money that is just sitting. I don't know where is that, if it's in R. Kelly Bank or just sitting there waiting to be claimed, but the money due to R. Kelly, where they said that, and this just half of it had generated with the albums and the number one hit singles and Michael Jackson's number one single, just that alone is worth 1 billion. Yes, 1,184,643,200 just for the 8 albums, the albums and the 8 hit singles and the Michael Jackson. So just on the albums alone, they said that's not including the 1.1 billion, but this is separate right here where it says also plus they owe him 1,125,000,000. So altogether, if I can do the math, that's almost 2 billion right there. 2 billion and 300 million. And also they said $75 million is for each album, which is $15 per album, which that had equal 75 million. So now you're looking at 2 billion and almost a half a million. Okay, so right there, his other song is doing good. They knew that when it came to R. Kelly, that once they go ahead and lock him up, that he was going to make money, because most people, they become more famous, and I hate to say it, when they unalive them. That's when they blow up. When they unalive them, they know it. Like I say, the system is not messed up. The system only doing what the system is designed to do. Okay, but I have also, like I said, guys, we just also have to wake up. We got to wake the hell up. Okay, so now his other song that's very popular, I Believe I Can Fly, they say sold over 3 million copies at $5.99. And that had generated 19,048,200. So now we almost at $4 billion. We almost close to $4 billion. And when it comes to these attorneys and these vultures out there, they want their hands on that money because they always think that we are entitled to, they entitled. But that's right there with I Believe I Can Fly. Now they say another song, Honey Love, went gold. So I don't know about Honey Love. I may have to go and Google that. But that's another copies album or whatever called Honey Love. They say that had generated $1,995,000, and the singles has sold at $3.99. So they adding it up. They are adding it up. Hey, Ashanti Stewart TV said, hello, Lady D and chat. Happy Thursday. Hey, guys, happy Thursday. Thank you for coming in. I'm just freestyling. As you can see right here, no script, just us. Let's talk. Okay. So let's go ahead and read some more. I am talking about all the money that they said that when it came to R. Kelly is due to him. That money just sitting there waiting for R. Kelly to come out and claim that money so they can be like some vultures. So also another song they said is called Slow Dance. That song, while he was in prison, said it went platinum. Yes, Slow Dance. It generated approximately $4 million, selling at 399 cents per single. Bump and Grind, the same above. So they say Bump and Grind must have generated over $1 million as well. You remind me of something same as above. Download platinum. That went platinum for $4.4 million, was sold at $3.99. So another song that went platinum, I Can't Sleep Baby, the same as Slow Dance, I'm Your Angel, went platinum plus. Didn't just went platinum, it went platinum plus. which had generated $6.2 million at 399 cents per single. You are not alone. That's the one with he had wrote for Michael Jackson, selling nearly 3 million units. Now I don't know what units mean, but it's saying selling nearly 3 million units, generating nearly $12 million. So you looking at this man is worth almost $4 billion. This man is one of the richest black men in the United States. Listen to what I'm saying. When it comes to Ari Kelly is one of the richest black men in the United States. And do you think that they going to keep this man in prison when they look at him as just a brand? He ain't nothing but a brand. To you, you looking at him like, oh, he just R. Kelly the pedo. You see? Knowing good and well, most of the stuff that they went ahead and they accused him of, it was something that he was acquitted for. But they wanted to break him down, just like when it came to Sean Combs. Oh, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. I know exactly how the system play. Like I said, the system is not broken. The system is not broken. The system is only doing what the system is designed to do. And if these power that be want their hands on that money, they gonna set them free. They gonna set them free. I don't like it. You may not like it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't have a dog in this fight because I don't think I'm gonna get anything out of it. I'm just gonna call it like it is, and that's real talk, unapologetic, non-biased. And see, that's the thing about it when it comes to people. They don't like me. But I'm not here for you to like me. I'm here to stand on my truth. I am a truth teller. I don't jump on the bandwagon. When I see the 99 going one way, I go the opposite way. I go the opposite way. Because I'm going to stand on my truth. And that's unapologetic real talk. But this right here is nothing but a business. And the thing about it is that we got our own people. That's the part that I don't understand. We can go out there and we can blame Dottie, Squatty, and everybody. But we are our own worst enemy. All that self-hate, all that hate from the inside, we got to stop it. I mean, we got this blogger right now. I mean, she just jittery and she just animated and 500,000 subscribers, and people pour into that mess. We got a war going around us. Nobody not even worrying about if the whole sky falls on top of us, long as we can get that tea, long as we can get that next fix. And they know that. They know exactly what we love. That's why I sit there and say, when it comes to these entertainers, listen to what I said. Because like I said, I don't even have to tell you what I say, you can take it to the bank. I don't even have to say that anymore because when I come on, when I call it 9 out of 10, it's going to come to pass. If I speak something, it's going to come to pass. Just like when I was talking about that reality show, people sitting there saying, why reality shows? Because that's where you at. That's where my people at. My people love to be entertained. My people look at these people on TV as stars, as their gods. So I'm going to meet you where you are. Duh. That's where you are at. And they know that. They know you love to be entertained. They know we love to be entertained. Okay? They know we love to be entertained. So what they going to do? They're going to pay these silly sheep, these entertainers, millions. Some of them pay billions of dollars. They pay them millions and billions of dollars. I'm going to break it down to you. That's facts. Just to go on stage and sit there and feed you all that poison because they know we sponges off of that. Everything is a mind game. They play with the mind. That's why we have to renew the mind. We have to renew the mind. So they get Sean and they get what's his name? Ari Kelly. They get these people, pay them to sit there and poison the community. And if they don't play the game, they sit there and they break them down. They destroy them. They don't get to die with their legacy intact. I've been telling you guys, look at this right here. I've been telling you guys for a long time. Look, I got 3 books. Reading these books right now. Read these very good books. Holly Madison, down the rabbit hole. I don't know if you could see it. She was one of Hugh Hefner Playboy bunnies. Jennifer Signor, she was 6 years old. Her dad was the doctor, called him Dr. Feelgood, was in the Playboy mansion. They didn't have to go out there. If they get bruises or, whatever addiction they have, he prescribed it all to them. Okay. And I'm going to say all this is allegedly, but she was married to Christopher Hefner. He told her, if I die, only say good things about me. This man got to die with his legacy intact. And you sit there and say, oh, he didn't do half of the stuff. He did worse. He was the kingpin of all the stuff that you seen R. Kelly and Sean Combs are doing. They are little fish compared to Hugh Hefner, but Hugh Hefner got to die with his legacy intact. Hey, Christella, long time, girl. Christella says, good morning. Yes, grand rising, yes. But yeah, and that's why I sit there and say, you all coming out. Oh, I can't believe, they allowing this to happen. Yeah, I could believe it because we are part of the system. This is a business. Read my lips. America is a business. You just the employee. Money talks, honey. Money talks. Is all about money. And if you ain't got no money, you can't say not one thing. Why you think you seen these girls out here trying to get a nut? Because the system is all about money. And that's why we are now in what I call a spiritual warfare, where the dollar is about to crash. So when the dollar is about to crash, then what you going to do if you're not good stewards or you're not wise? You didn't want to renew your mind. You want to sit there and wallow into this mess. You didn't want to come out of the hog pen. So what you going to do? You're going to be lost. You're going to be stuck like Chuck. You're going to be so confused. Oh, okay. She said, been busy with great grandson. My son, my baby boy, his baby, I think on the 17th. So she should, go into delivery on the 17th. Yes. Congratulations. Yes. But yeah, guys, like I said, when it comes to all this, I don't get caught up in it. I only expose it. And that's the thing that you guys don't like, You don't like nobody to expose it. You don't like nobody to show other people nakedness. You want to take it and you want to poke fun. You want to make it entertaining. That's not entertaining. Just like all the stuff that's going on when it comes to the LA riot. All the stuff that's going on thank you, Christella. All the stuff that's going on when it comes to the LA riot. That stuff is, like I said, that's what I call false evidence appearing to be real. These people out there are pulling out rubber bullets. Good well, if they get us out there, it ain't gonna be no rubber bullets. They're gonna use the real stuff. They try to underlive us, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to back us in. But we on our computers and on social media, we sitting there running our mouth like diarrhea. Stop talking. Mind your business. Even if you're not going out there, we don't need to know. All you have to do is just do what I told you guys to do. Stay on the wall and just watch. How many times I told you that? I told you all that way before it all happened. All this stuff even came about. What's going to happen? I told you it's going to be a spiritual warfare that's about to take place. Didn't I tell you that? But all you have to do is sit on the wall, pop your popcorns, and watch. It's a fixed fight. It's done. It's over with. We are now, like I said there and say, we are on the judgment seat. We are watching. We've seen all this stuff play out. But you don't have to sit there and say, oh, we're not going out there. All you're doing is burning bridges because their enemy is not our enemy. But that don't mean you have to say anything. We talk too much. Social media is a beast. Some of us right now need to just go ahead and shut off that computer. Because we don't want to hear it. How the hell are you talking about, oh, we ain't going out there? And we can't even get along with our own people. So you said now you worrying about going out there. First, we got to sweep behind our own back door. We got to learn to get along with each other. We hate each other. So miss me with the BS. You can't go out and fight something when it's like the blind leading the blind when you sick as well. See, this real talk, unapologetic, non-biased. Nobody wants real talk. Everybody wants their ears to be tickled, okay? Everybody wants their ears to be tickled. Like I said there and said, in here, it's unapologetic real talk. No script, just us. Let's talk. If I put a topic you don't want to watch, if I sit there and be real, you don't want to watch, what you want me to do? Stand up on my head and give you a minstrel show? Devil, you's a liar, and the truth is not in you. I still gonna eat at night. I'm still gonna sleep. Amen. I'm still gonna eat the fruit of my labor with or without you. So you're not sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm trying to keep her channel in control." No, you're not. No, you're not. Ain't no changing over here. YouTube, no changing over here. So you can keep my channel in the boondocks and with these fair weather people, because I'm still gonna stand on my truth, because I know who rules over my life, and that's real talk. Okay. Christella said, yes, you speak the truth. Sisters, read the Bible. It tells you all these things. Absolutely. This is a spiritual warfare. What we are going through right now, it is a spiritual warfare. I got 8 more minutes, guys. This is a spiritual warfare. This is a fixed fight. It's already finished. These people been after us since we was in the womb. They've been after us since we was in the womb. We've been counted like sheep for the slaughter because they know who we are. They know that we are gods and goddesses, but we don't know who we are. We think we mammon maids, and just like they told us, nobody's good for nothing thugs. That's who we think we are. That's why we could go and put our foot on our own brother's neck. That's why we can help go and catch our people like some Uncle Toms. We don't want to do that. We can't keep pointing the finger. Like I said, when it comes to old master don't have to do anything anymore. All old master have to do is sit under his tree, drink his beer, his lemonade, or whatever he's drinking, and just laugh at you fools. My God, wake up. It's time for us to stop. Mind your business. We got a lot of stuff that's going on within our own household that we can be talking about. But some people, they rather sit there and worry about somebody else's business, knowing that their house is already jacked up. Because misery loves company. Like I say, when I speak, honey, trust me, you could take it to the bank. Everything that I told you guys, when I come on and I tell you what's going on, you could take it to the bank. I told you. Like I said there and say, when it comes to all this stuff that's happening in LA, all that stuff is just to bring you out. All of a sudden, you seen news reportings always catching black people out there, sitting there, stealing, going into the stores. How to suddenly you was able to capture that picture? Because it's fixed fight. These people, I might not be able to pronounce it right, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's called provocators. Those people are like agents. They're like agents, provocateurs. I'm gonna have to find that. Let me see if I can find it so y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. What you're seeing out there that's starting all those riots, these people are professional agents. They go wherever a riot is at, and they like agitators. Okay, so let me see if I can. Yes, it's PROVOKATEUR. So let me give you the pronunciation of it. So provocators, I know what it means. So it's called, hold on. But that's what you're seeing out there. So what they doing is they just starting up a riot. They might be at in a city near you. I promise you, it's coming near you too as well. So just be on guard. Remember that I already told you that, okay? It's coming to you, because what they are trying to do is they trying to usher in martial law. They trying to usher in martial law, because what they are doing is they trying to use this little AI robots that they went ahead and created on you. You see, they ain't pulling out the robots now. They just waiting for you to come out there. Now, all of a sudden, they sent the National Guards. Now you seen everything just went haywire. Now you didn't hear nobody out there sitting there starting that much fire and that much chaos until the National Guards came out. Now you sitting there seeing that they saying the Marines might come out there as well. See, like I said, they say this is a fixed fight. This is a fixed fight, guys. Wake up. Wake up. But yeah, when it comes to, it's called provocateurs. It means that, what they do is send, hold on, agents. It's like agents. I had got a good definition, but go ahead and check it out yourself, guys. Like I said there and say, our people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. We take their word as Bible. Okay. We got to stop that. We got to start doing our research. Like I said, the rabbit hole goes very, very deep, but it's up to you how far that you are willing to go ahead and get that information. Nobody wants to sit there and do research. And now the thing about it is that we have everything at a push of a button. Everything is at a push of a button. You don't even have to go to the public library anymore. Okay. All you have to do is just turn on your computer and you will get all the information that you need. But a provocator is a word borrowed. I'm trying to get to the thing. Is an agent. Just like I said, it was an agent. It can refer to someone such as an undercover police officer or a political operator whose job is to incite people to break the law so that they can be arrested. But only provocators is used in English, which the most general sense of who provokes. So provocators is to provoke a person. So that's what it's mean. These people are out there provoking. Most of the ones that's burning those buildings, it's not the ones that's in their community. Who wants to have a burn down community and you got to lay your head at night? You got to pass by burning buildings. No, they get these agents in there to tear up your community. That's what they do because it's something that they wants to do. So they need the attention, just like when it came to Sean Combs. All that is a distraction. All what you see is a distraction. And that's real talk, guys. So also Christella says some of us destroy ourselves with our own hands instead of building. We tear down our own community. Absolutely. We are good for that. We are good for that. Not knowing that they want us. They want us off of our holy mountains. We don't know who we are. We don't know who we are. So that's why we allow these people to play overtime on us. And so in a minute, when our silly sheep get caught up into their web, we making thousands and thousands of videos a day of how to crucify that person. I mind my own business. You need to mind your own business too. Because I could tell you one thing, honey, they ain't gonna sit there and worry about the dirt that's going on in their community in their back door, but they'll worry about what's going on in your back door. They worry about our business when their hands are dripping. Their hands are red as scarlet. They sins has reached the highest heavens. But we got these people sitting there trying to tell us what's going on in our own community. What about all in these Catholic churches? You talking about all the pedos you sending your children every day, every Sunday. Open them doors to pedos. You sleeping with a pedo. But yet you want to tell us how to run our own community. Mind your business and let us mind ours. We need to learn to police our own people, okay? And that's real talk. Some of us destroy ourselves with our own hands. Absolutely. We have the National Guard right here in St. Louis, Missouri. See, just like I told you, it's going to be all over. It's going to hit your neck of the woods. I promise you. Because what they are trying to do, guys, they're trying to enter in, or what I say, usher in martial law. So guys, on that note, thank you guys for coming in. Make sure you go ahead and share this live, because like I said there and say, honey, it's very informative in here. Very informative information. I don't just hear it just sitting there giving you a clickbait. I'm gonna stand on my truth, and my truth may not be your truth, but somewhere lies the truth. You have the right what to chew and what to go ahead and spit out. But it's time for us to go out there and start doing our own research. Our people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. So on that note, guys, I'm going out there and I'm going to touch some grass. Thank you for coming in. Like they said, this is real talk, no script, just us. Let's talk. And I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it like this for a while. And I don't know if I'm going to continue coming on live. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and give you some shorts. I don't care, know if the short's going to be like an AI or whatever. And if it's not reaching, at least a certain number that I think that it should reach, then, like I said, sometimes I feel like, what's the use of me coming live when I don't have the support? But God said there and say, when one or two together, there am I in the midst. And it's so hard, when you know that you got so much information and the Most High God had downloaded so much into your spirit, and people sitting there, they're not receiving. But God said there and say, people love a lie. They like to bite off a lie. The truth hurts. The truth like open heart surgery. Nobody wants the heart surgery. Nobody can't eat meat. Not everybody can eat meat. We got a lot of babies in here. They still weaning on milk. Still weaning on milk. Thank you very much. So, guys, on that note, you all be blessed. And like I said there and say, only what you do for the Most High God is going to last anyway. Everything else is going to fall apart. So when you go out there, try to put some joy on people, and if you're going to tear down, build back up. Don't go out there and tear it down. But the best thing to do is mind your own business, because I promise you, while you sitting there, you trying to look in somebody else's door, you got a lot that's going on in your own household, and that's real talk. So you all be blessed.